Welcome to Mitchell Maths. In this video we're going to look at how you can multiply and divide mixed numbers. One very important thing you need to be able to do when working with mixed numbers is to be able to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions and vice versa, convert improper fractions into mixed numbers. So first of all, question 1, convert the following to a mixed number. And in order to convert the improper fraction 23 over 10 into a mixed number, we first need to look at the bottom, which is 10, and we need to think how many times does 10 go into 23? Well, if we divide 23 by 10, and you can do this by whatever method you like, you get 2.3, or we could say 2 remainder 3. And that means we've got 2 whole ones and we've got 3/10 left. So because it's 2 remainder 3, we've got 2 and 3/10 left. Right, we want to convert the following to an improper fraction. Well, we've got 3 and 5/7. Well, we need to convert 3 to a fraction over 7. And if we think about it, for every whole one you've got 7 out of 7. So if we've got 3 of those, that'll be, in total, we'll have 21/7. So we have 21 over 7 plus 5 over 7, which equals 26 over 7 as an improper fraction. So just think, how many times does, how many sevenths are we going to have in 3? Well, that's going to be just 3 times 7. It's going to be 21, because we have 21 over 7. Add 5 over 7 in total. That's 26 over 7. So that's how to convert in between the two, which we need to be able to do if we're going to be able to answer these questions. So the first one is just a simple multiplying the fractions. We've got 2/5 times 5/7. And when you multiply fractions, you can just simply multiply the top and multiply the bottom. Well, 2 times 5 is 10, so that gives us 10 over 5 times 7 is 35. And we'd probably want to simplify our answer. Well, 10 and 35 are both divisible by 5, so we can divide top and bottom by 5. And that'll give us 2 over 7. Now let's have a look at a mixed number multiplication question. And what I'm going to do with these mixed numbers first is I'm going to convert them into improper fractions. So I've got 3 3/4. And if I think about it, well, there's going to be 12, that's going to be 12 over 4 plus 3 over 4, because there's 12 quarters in 3, which is going to be 15 over 4 in total. So I'm going to have 15 over 4 times by, well, 1 1/3. Well, that's going to be 3/3 in 1, plus 1/3 is going to be 4/3 in total, which means I'm going to multiply it by 4/3. 15 times 4 is 60, and 4 times 3 is 12. And actually 60, if you think about fractions, it's just a division. So I've got 60 divided by 12, and that actually simplifies to a whole number, which is 5. Now let's have a look at dividing fractions. And when you're dividing fractions, what you need to do is you need to flip the second fraction and multiply. So I'm going to flip an 1/8 over, and I'm going to multiply by that fraction. So I'm going to, and what that'll give me is it'll give me 3/5 multiplied by 8 over 1. 3 times 8 is 24. 5 times 1 is 5. And now I need to convert this 24/5 into a mixed number. Well, how many times does 5 go into 24? Well, it goes in 4 times, and I've got 4 left over. So that'll be 4 and 4/5. Okay. So that's dividing fractions and converting the improper fraction into a mixed number. Now let's have a look at when you've got mixed numbers. What we're going to do here is we're going to convert the mixed numbers to improper fractions, and then I'm going to flip over and multiply. So I've got 6.5. Well, how many halves are there in 6? Well, that's going to be 12. So I'll have 12/2 plus a half, which is 13/2. So I've got 13/2 and 1 2/3. Well, how many thirds are there in 1? There's 3. Plus 2/3 is equal to 4/3. No, 5/3 even. So I'm going to divide by 5/3. And if you remember to the last question, what we need to do is we need to flip this second fraction and multiply, which will give us 13/2 multiplied by 3/5. Well, 13 times 3 is 39. 2 times 5 is 10. So we get 39/10. And now I'm going to convert it into a mixed number. How many times does 10 go into 30? Well, it goes in 3 times. And I've got 9 left over. So that'll give me 3 and 9/10. And that's how you multiply and divide mixed numbers. Thank you for watching. I hope you found that helpful. If you liked the video, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to practice questions, please visit my website, www.mitchellmathsandscience.com. The link is in the description.